Sarah Beth, did you hear that we are live now? You want in on this? Can you see her?
She's gonna come in. No, I only have the narrow version of you.
Oh,
for some reason.
Yeah, you see it shortly.
Don't see a chair either. Oh, there's Bill. Yes, and Jennifer. There's everybody. Yay! They're popping in quickly. Yay!
Hello. You all knew we were here.
They were waiting, weren't they?
We always look so surprised.
We do.
Like we didn't know where we were. Hello, everybody. I'm Barbara Etienne, and with me is my good friend Kyla Bayang as we prepare on the... Shall we do it again? Do it together, shall we? Right along. Excellent. I do love the way you get the hints right on cue. Of course, your girl from Texas would say that for me, Will. All right. So we have a crowd joining us. Thank you so much. You can't imagine what it's like on, well, you do. Y'all do your own live streams too. You know how lovely it feels to see folks out there in the Netherlands and joining. Dean Kirby, what are you doing at midnight? Get some sleep. Now, you may not recognize his name. Dean Kirby is the Manchester historian. Manchester historian. So all of you who have ancestors in that part of England, think Industrial Revolution. He's got such an amazing array he's a true historian with an amazing array of resources. And Susanna, lovely to see you. I was thinking about you all day today, believe it or not, because you were the secret decoder ring that helped me understand how Substack's notifications tricks works. And here is Sarah Beth, always my celebrity. She likes to see herself on the screen. She knows when the lights go on, she's like in it. Hello, Barbara. I think that's Barbara Jean May. Nice to see you. Welcome. Linda. Wait a minute. We have 3 Barbaras on the screen. Do I get to celebrate that? Just saying, hello, Barbara Larson. Nice to meet you, Jennifer. I know. Diane.
3 amigos? I don't know.
Yeah. Long story about that. But enough about that. Enough about me. Talk to me about RootsTech, my dear. You are literally packing up, counting your notes, sharpening your pencils, and getting ready for the great trip, the great migration to Utah. So talk to me.
Indeed. The suitcase is packed. All of that stuff is ready, but I'm still preparing myself with the handouts and the what do you call it? The
tennies?
Yes, the tennies. I've got those. I've got them loaded. They're ready and nice and clean. They're washed. There we go. Ready to go. So what I worked on today mainly was going back through the schedule, first of all, to make sure there weren't any changes to any of the live events. So I, because I'm in person, I'm focusing on those live events because they won't be recorded. And so that's what I was doing, taking a look at the handouts. I went through the handouts, and what I do is I kind of have a little bit of a rating system in terms of how I take notes for this. Oh, yay!
You see her?
Yes. Oh, there she is. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my goodness. Are you learning everything? Learning all the things? It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
We'll listen together.
Yeah. So anyway, really what I do is I look at the syllabus, and because some speakers will put all of the information in the syllabus, and some of them will just do a very brief outline. But a lot of times I'm also still determining whether or not it looks like, because I do try to focus on the experienced, the advanced type classes, just because I've heard so many of them, and another thing that I really do look at also is whether or not I've heard the speaker before, because that tells me, depending on their delivery style, whether or not I need to take notes very frantically on their handout, or not. There are some people that that when I'm listening to them, it's better for me to just sit and listen and
Mhm.
let it soak in.
Mhm.
And then with those, I have this. This is my note sheet for those. So basically, what I do is after I listen to them, I have the try these 3 things now. I mean, I jot it during the thing too, but try these now. Think about this later, or the big aha thought.
Mm.
Because what I find myself doing is if there's something that really sparks a thought, then all of a sudden I've missed the next 10 minutes of whatever they said,
Mhm.
right?
So
Or if
can
I'm
you
thinking
repeat
about
that
my
again?
uh-huh,
Yeah, speaking of
try
which,
these now.
try these now.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Try
Uh-huh.
these now. So those are things I'm gonna do when I get home. Something that they
Uh-huh.
mentioned that I'm gonna do right away.
Yeah.
Think about this later. So that's stuff that's gonna require some more brain power, like 3 weeks after RootsTech,
Mhm.
maybe.
Mhm.
And then the big aha thought,
Mhm.
because usually most speakers, there'll be at least one really good nugget,
Mhm. Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's the takeaway.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta sometimes you have to think about that. You know,
Mhm,
you're watching for it, you're listening for it. I've been taking
mhm,
notes on note paper like this since forever, and I'm always allowing myself to draw a line and say, "What's basically for you to think of to think about this later?"
later.
It's like, "Oh, good
Mhm,
idea. Oh, good idea."
mhm,
And
mhm.
that's a very nice form. And in fact, as you reveal
Carrot?
your special list of what you are going to be doing, um, we can think about ways to share those. These
Mhm,
were the ones that I went to. It's just too chaotic right now to try to do that, but I want to totally credit you with that idea of so what that it's happening on site and you won't be there. The
mhm,
vast majority of these, I think 9 and 10 that I looked at, have a syllabus.
mhm.
There is very thoughtful, and many of these people have been doing the doggone category of the speech many, many, many times.
All the
So they
times.
have a
Mhm,
thoughtful handout. And
mhm.
it's really helpful to do that. And
Yeah,
I'm trying to make my way through all of the handouts before everything begins,
mhm.
just so that I can pay attention.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
You
Did
can you can also look online and see if they've done it for some other society or something that
Many
recorded
times
it
they have.
somewhere. YouTube. Yeah, they'll be
Yeah,
updating it, of course, because 'cause they're always refreshing it and all of that,
right, right.
but,
I mean, for example, Rhonda's talk is
that was
online as a great
so
example.
good. Oh, that was so good.
Well, what I love about the intimacy of our events, if I can put it that way, for something that's never in person,
Mhm,
is, we've gotten to know each other. And even if you weren't in the audience at that moment in time, I know who you are. And later, when you comment on it, we can, directly engage, especially in a
mhm,
topic like heart stuff, directly engage in those conversations. And those conversations
mhm.
immediately turn over to, DNA data, or, endogamy, or, that
All the things, yes.
these things are related.
All those things, yeah, and you know what I really love about a recording also is because that lets me watch live and soak in, and then watch it again to take notes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's
And in fact, I find
really
that if I'm just watching a recording, I may not actually be paying it close attention because I'm
yeah,
easily distracted. It doesn't matter. I'm going to stop. And I sometimes listen better when I'm gardening, or, cooking, or something
dishes,
like that,
yes.
because the hands are doing rote and the brain is looking for something interesting. And then the
Mhm.
brain is fully engaged because it's not going to go anywhere because the hands are busy.
Right. Very, very
Sewing.
good.
Hey, Linda.
So, yeah, so that was one of the things I did today. The other thing that I did was I do also, as part of that review, I go back and look and review my notes from, well, I didn't go all the way, well, I did, I have to admit, I did go back in the pictures. I went back to 2020 because 2020 was the first, or maybe 2019 actually was the first year that I was virtual. And then I said, I'm going. And then COVID happened.
We got
So,
good at virtual.
yes, indeed. So, yeah, so there's so many things that I need to review through. Like, look at the pictures that makes all the fun things come back. But the relatives that I need to reach out to again, that kind of thing. So I have so far I have 3 meetups for for cousins that nobody knew yet this year that is ready, but that's okay because what happens when I get there, there's a toggle for in person only when
Oh,
you get on site, and so I'll have a whole new group of cousins.
ah,
So it filters only the people that
oh,
are
nice.
there. Hmm.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
Now, you are the undisputed master of relatives at RootsTech, and you still have the all-time high number wherever we're going.
Yeah,
Whoever you are out
15,000 now.
there,
Yeah.
15,000, there we are. You're usually 10 to 20% beyond anybody. Um, let's see. You showed me how the 300 worked. That is to say, if you've got 15,000 relatives, they aren't in one scrolling list. No, only the closest 300 will appear in your relatives at RootsTech list, which I never understood before this year. And now my numbers are better. But your second tip really helped me understand that my numbers are now just this close to 10,000, this close. It may never cross. But anyway, um, and you helped me understand that by even because up under ancestors, it still shows me how many relatives at RootsTech are related to which of my direct ancestors, though, like my mother. I have nearly 10,000 relatives at RootsTech, but 13 or 14,000 of them are related to my mother. Why is that? Because you can be related to multiple people at the same time and you can still be the same person, in short. And so the I have like 10,000, 13,000 related to my mom and 100 related to my dad.
Hmm.
That's probably not that unusual because, like most families, different courses, right? My dad's family came in the middle of the 19th century. My mom's a few hundred years earlier. And that makes all the difference. And there was, no contact between them before that. So it was really easy. But I would not have understood that without looking at those elements. And then I was sorting through, and this is what I was picking on you for, Susanna, because I had shared a link with you and then you clicked on it. And then I looked in my notifications on the little bell and I saw Susanna is forgive me, I think it's 7th cousin. Like, oh, well, that's very cool. I actually already knew that because we had compared notes in the relative finder, which was very cool. But I had never known what the bell was for. That actually makes no sense. But now that I know what they mean, it makes more
What it
sense.
is. What it is.
Right.
Should I tell you
Go
something
ahead.
else? Okay, that's okay.
I'm ready. That's why I was dropping those two just to warm you up.
So that you could, yeah, so I could give you another thing that's cool. So you can at the top of each of your ancestor profiles, there's a little star, and so you can click on it. So basically, you follow your ancestors or anybody you want to. You can star, and you will get a notification when people make changes. Also,
So I'm making the note. The star is on the actual ancestor.
on the profile page, above their name, out
Yeah.
beside their name, by their PID, there's a
Right.
star up
Right.
there.
Actually, I think I did know that, but to do that in the context of relatives at RootsTech, it's not
Mhm.
specific to any
Because
one of those, but it is to, and I can follow them because now I know who they are,
right,
and I
and
can
what
see who's making
happened.
changes.
And during relatives at RootsTech, there's a lot of changes that start happening because people are in the tree and they start, they're checking things and they're looking at things. And so, and when it's on right now, when you see somebody you see somebody that's made a change, you can just click on them and if they're at if they're at RootsTech, if they're registered, then their personal information is open. You'll be able to see
Right.
their email and all that stuff
Right.
to
Right.
contact them. Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
Very interesting. Yeah. So I have a fourth cousin, one of my closest, who is the one for me that just unlocked a really key mystery
That's
and he hasn't even answered my email, but my chat, but it doesn't matter because the significance to me was I already know that the Family Search crowd is largely American. And the mystery that I've been trying to figure out is when did my father's family
Mhm.
get here? So it turns out that this fourth cousin is related to my dad's side up in Germany. My dad's
Mm.
maternal, well, my 2x great grandmother on, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
So her father, uh, when her mother died, her father married her mother's younger sister and then moved to America. So she was the eldest left in Germany. And then she moved in with her daughter in Switzerland. Her daughter's husband died, and then the widow, her mother, and her 6 children all moved to America. And I was chasing down the widow. Why did the widow come? What connection did the widow have? The widow has nothing. Why? 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 Why?
Uh-huh.
Because it was her mother.
Another uh-huh.
Chain migration.
Wow, yes. Yes, yes. And that's so cool because the female lines are so hard to trace.
Right.
Like, yeah,
And
they just seem to disappear into thin air sometimes.
I have the stranger to thank for the help, and all he did was say yes, and hasn't even talked to me, but that's okay, because in somewhere in that chain is let's see, my 3x great grandmother's father, so 4x great grandfather. Somebody wrote a family history about him that's probably, a little woo woo, a few little mistakes here and there, but it doesn't matter. It's got enough of the core chunks to explain where they went. And that is the magic, right?
Your story, yeah.
Yeah. Minnesota. It all comes back to Minnesota. The Lutherans in Minnesota, Germans,
Wow. Oh, wow.
and Indiana. I see you, Linda.
It's cool. Oh, so very cool. I have a focus this year. I have noticed that there are 3 or 4, and I think it's a sign to me. There are 3 or 4 classes that are specifically about researching in Sweden. And
See?
that's the one line of my I think it's of my 16. Maybe it's the 32, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's the one line that's just blank. That
Oh,
I
yeah.
really
We
haven't
all
done a
have
whole lot of,
those.
but I know that it's there. I know that, the records in Sweden are fantastic. So,
Yes. We have a good on you, Jennifer. Welcome to the Quaker main line.
oh,
I've been
that's
riding the Quaker train for a long time.
that's right. Yes,
On the subject of
indeed. Yes,
Sweden,
indeed.
we have a lovely member who has been very busy with a day job. I'm sure she'll be back in time. Anna's last name escapes me for the moment, but I will come up with it for you. I'll send you some of the programs that she did for Projectkin a long time ago. And and Kathy Stone has an expert for you in
Oh, that's
Swedish
awesome.
genealogy. I
That's
mean, it'd be
awesome.
fun to bring them in on a Swedish night, and we all have lefse and I don't know, do
All the
Swedish
things.
things.
So
Go to
just
IKEA.
about about a week ago, Family Search they do a weekly, class that's, I'm trying to think of what night it is. I can't remember what night anyway, about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, they had one that was on beginning Swedish research.
Uh huh.
And the person, it was just he just seems like such a nice, like, a very gentle teacher, like, very, just very kind in his teaching style and everything, and he's one of the ones that's doing one of the live Swedish ones.
Oh wow! Awesome.
I'm trying to I thought I wrote down his name, but I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, Okay, so let me tell you something else. While we're on this again, okay, did you know that you can schedule a free 20-minute consultation with Family History Library, right? So there for a while, they had quit doing it because they revamped the whole program. So
Oh,
now when you go into book one, that you actually pick categories. So there's different categories of things. So you will get to an expert on whatever it is that that you're interested in. And I just noticed the other day, because I am going to try to focus. I have a good number of patrons that are trying to figure out immigration point.
right.
Where they came from. Anyway,
Where's
where
the
they
gate?
came from. So they have two paths on these consultations. One is if you know the hometown, and one is if you don't. And on the hometown one says, if you don't know, don't book this one. You know what I mean? You need to start with the
Oh,
other one. No, they're really nice about it, but you get the point. Like,
yeah.
yeah. So they're even helping with that.
I also saw one of the ones that I'm going to be paying attention to is the uh, FamilySearch wiki, and there is a whole a session, a live only session, but there's a really deep a syllabus in there for those FamilySearch wiki. Now, I've been using, websites and wikis since forever. I don't need somebody to give me a tour around a wiki. That's not what this is.
Right. It's the back. It's the back stuff, right?
It is the backbone of how it's like a tour of the library. And
Nice.
yeah, no, I need to do that. I'm definitely going to be good. And this idea of whether it's Swedish or, in my case, German, and which part of
Mhm.
Germany,
Neat.
I think we could do some things that might be very fun. That we don't just have to talk about that thing. We could do a thing that is okay. Let's talk Chinese genealogy. Let's talk Swedish genealogy. Let's talk German
Mhm.
genealogy, because we need to get, what's so powerful here is when we get to know each other.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
start to really care about your great uncle Olaf. And,
Right.
it's just, yeah,
And then
good.
and then you're
That went in my
invested.
category of good
Put
ideas.
that
Think
in.
about this later.
Yeah. And that then you're invested in hearing how it turns out. Like, then somebody
Exactly.
gives you a research update, like your story of your
Right. You
yeah,
all heard my story about the rolling ball of hay. I'm
yes,
not very
exactly,
good
and
at
it's
it.
a
I'm not a
continuing
particularly
saga.
good writer, but we have the rolling ball of hay. And that was a story in part about SEO, and in part, this is the part I honestly like, about the power of a story.
Right.
An entire genealogy passed down orally by 3 words: rolling ball of hay. And, it's like this little magic key on the top of a glass table up above, and I just keep sliding down the legs, but I'm on it. So there was something you were gonna show us about what was on your screen? Let me think. What was that again?
Oh, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. You wanna see my numbers?
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. Okay, hold on. How's that look? 15,000
Bada
people.
bing, bada
Bada, 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 bada.
boom. Um, did y'all
41
notice what
cities.
just happened? Screen sharing on Substack Live.
And alive. Are
Who
they
are your
cheering?
famous I don't know. They're not. They don't notice. They don't
I
notice.
lost
I'll
the
get
chat. Oh, I lost the
Oh,
chat,
that's
though.
okay. That's okay. You will probably see that. Lots of love. Thank you, Deb. Thank you.
Isn't
Somebody's
that
out there
cool?
paying attention. Appreciate
Uh-oh.
that.
And I also don't know how
Yeah.
to get rid of it again now.
You
You're stuck with
tap
it.
on me or at you or something. Can you
Let's
do that?
see. Oh, there it is. Stop sharing. It's at the bottom. It's in the same place where the share screen is. So, yes. I'm so
That's
excited.
awesome. Yeah. And,
Yes,
we can be thinking about a lot of stuff that we can do that, because anybody, anywhere, actually, that's only desktop, probably only desktop.
desktop
But
for now. For now.
Jennifer's like, I'm speechless.
Now we
There's
have to redo all of our all of our stories with it now with pictures.
right. And the
Oh,
funny
it'll be
thing
so
is,
fun.
this really did come up in the 15, actually, it was more like 10 minutes before we got started.
Cool.
She hits a button. We go, well, Well,
I love it so much.
it does speak to the power of dancing, in the
All of the
sense
things.
of
Yes,
being
we can.
flexible and learning from what you're seeing and, working with it. There's a
Click a
lot of
button.
unknowns about it, about how it's gonna work, but it's carrying it forward. I've been working on, the booth, as many of you will have noticed in our little effort to do it with me again, the ride along. There we go. We have our DIY swag,
Yes.
BUY swag.
Sweet.
Did it come?
Oh, it did. Oh, no, where did it go?
In
Wait, hold
time?
on, hold on.
Hold
I'll be
on.
right.
This just in.
It did, just
So over on the ridealongpartners.org, there is a new tab actually.
woo!
What? It's
It's not
blurry,
quite
but
the
that's good.
same color, but it's close.
Oh well, what can I say? Oh, so cool. Aw. Oh, I'm so
Yay.
glad. I'm so glad. Well
It
done.
did.
Well done.
Just in time, just in time. Yeah,
Very, very good.
gonna go in
So
that front zipper pocket. Uh-huh.
we created a tab for swag because, and I insist, I never want to be spending my precious patron dollars burning t-shirts that are going to end up in a landfill somewhere. That's never a good use of time. So the idea of using the print on demand and print for yourself at least recognizes the, hey, get your value where you want it, and you can get a mug, you can get a sticker, you can get a whatever you want
And
to
show you
make it
something else.
reasonable. Yeah.
Okay, so I stole this from the people at Storied because they did this last year. But my QR code is on the back of my shirt.
Oh, nice. Actually, oh,
Yep.
your personal QR code.
My QR code. Yes, my relatives at RootsTech QR code is on the back of my shirt.
So just to clarify here, this is Kyla who took the idea of DIY swag to the next level. With a little knock on my door, she says, "Hey, can I have the graphics so I can get my own, what's it called again, Cricut machine, to
Mhm.
print it for me?" I said, "Okay." So there you are.
Indeed.
Bada bing, bada boom. There it
Fun
is.
thing.
And
Fun thing.
I think we're all in on just being creative. If nothing else, that's what I'm here, absolutely what I'm here to
Mm.
celebrate.
I
As
to be truthful, okay, honestly, the reason it really wasn't that I'm that creative. The reason is because it didn't come in my size. So so I had to make my own if I
No,
wanted
no,
one.
no, no, no. This is what we call constraints, right?
Uh,
I
okay.
mean, the
Yes.
even the haiku was probably some poet sitting there on a lovely stream going by, and he sits, probably a he sits there and says, "I could write a sonnet, but that's so long."
That's right. Let's do a short version. Let's do a short version. Let's do a short
So
version.
yes, no, life
Yes,
is all
indeed.
about
Yes, indeed.
working with the constraints. That's the interesting thing.
That's the thing. Okay, so guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
I'll bite.
Still
What are
more
you doing
work for him.
tomorrow, Kyla?
Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to focus on the expo hall. So I'm going to go into the virtual expo hall and look at each of the vendors. I'm going to
Wait,
read
they're open?
through. They're
The
there.
expo halls?
They're
How
all
long has
in
that
there.
been true?
Uh, mm,
What?
okay, maybe it's just the big ones. I'm not sure everybody is in there, but I think a lot of
Oh,
them are.
speaking as having been
They're
a vendor
rolling.
for 4 years doing this, once they open it, it's open for everybody, but I'll go
For
look.
everybody.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
well, but they'll still be updating, right?
Right.
But, yeah, so, yeah, all of that stuff is in there, every vendor, and I also went to look at the blogs. So Family Tree DNA has a blog, has information about both in person, what they're doing, all their booth talks schedule is up on their blog, and all of their, virtual, how to do different things virtually. So they're gonna have people live that you can chat with all the time, during RootsTech constantly. I think a big group of employees are going because their regular support is off.
Right.
So
So that's under
they're
the chat button. Is
uh-huh.
that right?
It will be under the expo hall. I don't know where it is.
I'm not seeing where do you get to Expo Hall?
Hold on.
Oh, could you share your screen?
I think I probably could. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can figure out how to do it. Although, which I don't know which tab I'm going to be on because I have 80 tabs open all the time. Okay, hold on. RootsTech.
I found the Expo Hall.
There's two, yeah, and there's two. There's also two websites just for those of y'all that. Which one is it? That one. Okay, there you go. Yeah, event. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, where are we? Hold on. Oof.
That's what I was looking.
And they bury stuff all the time. Let's see.
Yeah.
Online event.
Yeah.
Just keep scrolling. Just keep scrolling. Speakers. Where's the expo link? Hold on.
Do you think they tipped their hat and then took it away?
Oh, I hope not. Hold on. Let me go to FamilySearch. Let's see. Go to their blog. That's how I got there. I didn't make this up, I promise y'all.
I know you didn't. So far, you've been spot on in every single one of them.
I just lose the link. I'm like, I didn't bookmark it. Where is it? Come on, y'all. There it is.
Also,
you got it? I think so. Let's see. Okay, let me stop sharing that one. Hold on. Stop that one. Okay, let me show you. This is why should I attend? Benefits. There it is. No, that's not it. That's signing up. What happens? What
happens at RootsTech stays at RootsTech. We know.
It does. Where is the link to the expo hall, y'all? Okay, I may have to drop it in the link.
Coming March. No, it says coming March 5th at FamilySearch.org/eng/expo hall.
I was in it, I promise.
Scroll down to additional RootsTech experiences, says Bill.
There it is. Expo hall and technology demos. Keep going. Swab on site, booth talks. That's keep going. Meet. No, that's in person. Keep going. Did you say, Bill?
He said.
Relatives at RootsTech.
Scroll down to additional RootsTech experiences. Hello, Mama Carol. Hello, Dr. Marion.
So long. Join us.
Additional. Just search for additional.
Now it's just like now I can't even get back. Oh, rats. Okay, what happens if I search in here? Is that what you said?
Whatever page you were on.
Can you drop us a link, Bill?
Yeah. That just has more info about the expo hall, not a link to the hall itself. And as I said, the link that I did include, which is FamilySearch.org/en English/RootsTech/expo hall. You'd think that would be it, and it says online March 5th. So it could be that you found it because they were testing and they accidentally released it, because that happens.
That does happen. Okay. Yeah, it does. You're right. Now it says coming March 5th. Oh my goodness, that's so rude.
You saw the thing, the secret thing. So maybe this is a good place
I can chat with people, all kinds of things. Oh my word.
Let's wrap up where we are here.
Okay.
So just to summarize for those of you who jumped in late, we discovered that Substack lets you share screens from a desktop connection, not from the mobile device. I'm on a mobile device. She's on a desktop connection. That's mind blowing. We just discovered it minutes before coming online. Second, there have been several write-ups now about how notifications work and relatives at RootsTech and little subtle things about how that's working. What else did we discover today? We talked a lot about the syllabus mechanisms and how to learn from that. I'm certainly taking a lesson in everything from the wikis to anything. All of my syllabi before the whole thing goes in, because I might whisper to y'all to say, "Hey, who's going to this one?" And if you all haven't heard this either, the ridealongpartners.org has a new tab called On Site. And in that tab, we have added, as of today, I think it was, not only will we be there in a booth that Mert will be at, and you too can volunteer to sit in a chair for an hour at the booth. What's not to like? But we will also have access through the magic of Mert to recording booths. They have two plexiglass enclosed spaces that you can sneak in there with a microphone and record during the conference, which should be very fun. So we can hear from you while you're there, without a lot of fooling around. And we thought we had a sneaky backstage pass into the expo hall, but not yet, apparently. Looks like that was an early peak. And I'm updating the website every day as I find posts. And if you've got a post that you'd like me to put up there, drop it in the add button, which is all over the place, but basically ridealongpartners.org/add. And I'm just stalling because you look like you found something you wanted to.
I'm puzzled because now, like my picture is up there in the corner, but everything that I'm seeing is like nothing is virtual. Like all I'm seeing is the on-site stuff now.
Do you have you're special, you're always
Weird.
special, but you're special because you're doing a Texas thing, right?
I actually am also special because I'm
A librarian.
The librarian part. Yeah, the archivists and librarians. And that's what I'm thinking, maybe if because usually what happens, there ends up being two of me because they have to register me for that, but they can't see me because I'm a live person. And so there ends up being two registrations for me. So that's what I'm wondering, if I'm seeing the other one
So
now.
can I have my own personal Kyla?
There'll be one that sits there talking the whole time, and the other one will be watching the classes. How about that?
The little magic time turner.
I did. I did get. I just got an email today, so there's another special panel that I've added to my schedule. So, and it is about the RootsTech experience. So they want to know what we think about
They
it.
want to know. They want to know. The only other thing I'm going to slip in there is the other thing that I listened in all of this was this idea of, you were talking about Swedish genealogy. There are so many different ethnographic interest areas where the genealogy research elements are in different languages and different locations and all of those kinds of things that can really make a big difference, that one person kind of doesn't, I won't say doesn't care, but doesn't have a dog in the other pen. I like that idea. I'm intrigued at ways in which what we're doing here, we, not me, we are doing for Projectkin, if there's ways that we might be able to help to do that. So if y'all, to take on my Texas thing, have some ideas about ways to do that, I'm all ears, as my nerdy Star Trek friends say. So, got to get all those ethnographic links of nerddom.
I did find another link somewhere. I promise it's out there somewhere. But they also have this year they have added more local hosts in different countries. So for those specific countries, they do have specific speakers in different languages as well.
Oh.
So they have their own website, their own schedule, and all of that other stuff too. So,
That's good.
in addition
That's
to
good.
the ones that are in person,
Because I think,
translating.
as in part as Americans who were a former colony, but I think this is shared in Canada, New Zealand, Australia as former Commonwealth members or whatever, are related cousins to Britain. And so many of us have populations that have brought together people from around the world. We all have a strong self-interest in more research becoming accessible, available, and commingled with what we have here from around the world. And I think that's a very, very good thing. So
there is an international what do you call it? I forgot what they call it. A stage in the expo hall that has performances and experiences and things from a whole bunch of different groups. They're all during RootsTech. There's a full schedule of things and people that you can see to learn about dances and all kinds of stuff as well too. So
yeah. It's important not to
experiences. There we go.
Well, yeah, to appreciate the larger culture as well as the specific research. At the same time, you don't want it to get too touristy, and I say that having grown up in Hawaii, where you have the Kodak hula show.
Right.
All people know about what is Hawaii.
From what I could see last year, I watched a couple of them, and it was just gorgeous. It was very beautifully done. So.
Well, I certainly know the LDS Church. I grew up largely in Hawaii, and we had for many, many years a house up near Malaikahana, which is near Laie on Oahu, which is where the BYU Hawaii is. And wow, what an it brings in people from throughout the Pacific. And it's just not only a beautiful place, but, a wonderful mingling of cultures in that kind of an environment. So maybe
Very
that's
cool.
a good place to break and cut you loose to get on the road. Are you driving or flying? How are you doing
I'm flying. Oh, yeah, I'm flying. Too far to drive.
It's a big country.
It takes me 9.5 hours to get out of Texas. I'm not kidding. I'm serious.
Driving Texas style too.
Driving with my Hi, y'all.
Bye-bye. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Take care.
We'll talk soon.
Bye.
We're going to do a debriefing. I can assure you of that. At least I have two mission genealogy meetings on March 10th, but we'll be doing more. No question.
Okay.
All right. Take care now.
Sounds good. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.